Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Fred Holmes. I'm an independent distributor with Zija International. It's my privilege to welcome you to our Tuesday evening business presentation for Zija. What we're going to do over the next couple of minutes is we're going to share with you an incredible company, very young in the industry, only about 10 years in business now. We have tapped into 3 of the trillion-dollar, potentially trillion-dollar marketplaces that are available right now, and we are the leader in the natural health revolution. Now, this information this evening is really for those of you that perhaps have been invited as a guest. Maybe a friend, a family member, maybe a coworker has shared with you our Zija products. Maybe you've had a chance to experience them. Maybe you've been hearing about what's happening with our company and the impending second wave that's just about to happen here. We're going to be making some announcements in literally 7 days that is going to set this profession on its ear. And so this is a great opportunity for us to be able to share some information. As you can see, I'm calling in from my home office. One of the great privileges of the network marketing profession is for a guy like me to be able to work part-time. I care for my 90-year-old mother here at home, and so I work this as a part-time business around that schedule. And literally in just a few short years have been able to build an international business from the comfort of home, without tremendous overhead, and to be able to create not just incredible residual income for myself, but for many others that have been participating. And so this evening we'll take a couple of minutes. We'll share a little bit about our company and our products with you, the industries that we're involved in, the trends that we're capitalizing on, and I'm going to give you a chance to meet a few of the people that have been working with us so you can hear what's happening in the field today. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up a PowerPoint presentation. Let's see here. Let's do that. Let's share the screen. Let's start our slideshow. And Zija International, while we're a relatively unknown company, we are recognized as the leaders in the natural health revolution. Now, what that means is that we have tapped into 3 separate industries, 3 separate markets that have been created by the fact that our health and wellness is under attack. And a lot of this information really doesn't even need to be shared. We recognize these issues. Today over 70% of the world's population is at least on 1 prescription medication. 6 of the top 10 causes of death are directly related to diet. And 85% of the world's population doesn't meet the minimum amount of exercise required each day, just simply to obtain, optimal health. Now, Zija International, we are perfectly poised to address these issues in 3 separate areas. Number 1, we nourish the body through our Moringa-based products. And number 2, we restore the body without having to address, the prescription medications and so many of the things that are out there to simply address symptoms. We restore it through our line of essential oils, clinical grade amino essential oils. And then we've tapped into another, multi-billion-dollar industry, which is the sports nutrition industry with our Ripsticks nutritional sports supplements. And so Zija International, while some companies address one area or another, we've combined all 3 of these markets to be able to be the leader in the natural health revolution. And the reason that Zija has been so successful with our products is really this one gentleman here, Dr. Joshua Plant. Josh came to Zija about 4 years ago. He sought us out because we were the only company in the nutritional market space that was working with Moringa, that we had our own pharmaceutical grade manufacturing facility. It was really a great stroke of luck that Josh sought us out to work with us, because he could have called his shots the rest of his life. He graduated #1 in his class from Harvard Medical School with a PhD in biomedical sciences. And now, not only is that amazing enough to be #1 from Harvard Medical School, he did that 7 to 8 year program in 3.5 years. He's one of the sharpest, brightest young minds in the scientific community today. He was one of only 14 people who have ever received the prestigious National Institutes of Health Fellowship Award, and now he's part of Zija International. And again, some of this information I think is pretty much well known to everybody. What is happening in the world today has everything to do with what has happened to our food chain. Back in the 50s and the 60s, you know, when I was growing up, this was what we called the food pyramid. Healthy grains, vegetables, lean meats, dairy products. Today, this is the food chain. I call it the four basic food groups: nachos, tacos, donuts, and soda pop, I guess. And we recognize today, pretty much everybody recognizes, that the food chain just contains a fraction of the nutrition it did a few decades ago, but it has been just overwhelmed, flooded with, artificial colorants, artificial sweeteners, the kinds of things that are attacking our health. Now, the solution to this has come to us in the form of a botanical, a tree, if you will, by the name of Moringa oleifera. Now, Moringa oleifera, relatively unheard of in the Western world. It has been studied for decades by the big pharmaceutical companies. They've just never been able to synthesize the benefits of this to create a drug. It works best in its raw, enzymatically alive form. It's one of the most nutrient-rich botanicals that's ever been studied by mankind. This was introduced to us a few years ago through an hour-long documentary that aired on the Discovery Channel. And what we've learned about this miracle tree, it contains 46 antioxidants, 36 anti-inflammatories, all of the omegas, 3, 6, and 9, all of the amino acids necessary to maintain optimal health, including the 9 essential amino acids our bodies can't produce. We have to source it from our food. Now, one of the things that happened here just a few short years ago, we became the first company to bring Moringa oleifera to the marketplace. We were known as the Moringa Company. And while today, there have been a few Johnny-come-lately companies that are, putting Moringa leaf powder into capsules or what have you, Zija Moringa has continued and will always continue to be number one. It started with our commitment to finding the most nutrient-rich varietal of Moringa. There's, I believe, 13 some odd species, over 46, 40 plus varietals. We spent several $1 million identifying the most nutrient-rich varietal, and then several million more to be able to make it palatable, something that the Western world would be able to drink on a daily basis, have a great tasting drink. Now, the problem was there was no commercial supply of this particular varietal. So then we took the next step. We purchased and grew our own Moringa trees and our own plantations. We sourced it from the areas of the world that have the most, the ideal climates and growing conditions. And so because we control our Moringa raw materials from the ground up, we raise our Moringa trees without any chemicals. We're grown to the UK, United Kingdom standards for all organic, all natural. We then take the next step and we harvest our Moringa trees by hand. Now, it takes more time, it's more costly, but it allows us to select just the very best components of the tree. Then we take it another step farther, and on site we shade dry the harvested Moringa trees, all the components of the tree, which allows us to have more nutrient density and retain the live enzymatic properties of the tree. Then we import this to the U.S. to our manufacturing facility, and again, we are the only company in the nutritional market space that produces our products to pharmaceutical grade quality. Now, the first element is to naturally nourish the body. And that goes hand in hand with this epidemic of obesity that's been occurring in the Western world. The statistics are alarming. I believe something like a third of the population is considered morbidly obese. 2/3 fall into the category of obesity, with that last third, everybody wanting to lose 5 or 10 or 20 pounds. And so what we do is we combine our nutritional program with a billion-dollar plus, multi-billion-dollar industry, which is the weight loss industry. And in our weight management program is simple as step 1, step 2, step 3. It starts with our Moringa product, our Moringa drink. And here in my little picture, I've got one of our most popular forms of our Moringa drink, our super mix. And a serving a day provides optimal nutrition to allow the body to have the nutrients it was intended to have. Now, the second step is to add in some appetite suppression. We've got a few products, several products in that line. I'm showing here the XM Burn, one of our most popular products. This allows us to help the body naturally reduce the craving, suppress the appetite, improve the metabolism to help burn fat more quickly. And then finally, the key to an effective weight management system is detoxification. And we have a couple of teas that are part of our line, including our premium tea, which helps the body naturally detoxify and goes hand in hand with a healthy weight management system. Now, we understand we can, nourish the body from the inside out, but we can also nourish the body from the outside in. Today, we have a complete line of salon quality skincare products and personal care products, all under our brand Gen M for Generation Moringa. And these products are replacing so many other products that people use on a daily basis. And not only are we providing the nutrition of Moringa in these products, we're also eliminating all of the harmful chemicals that are typically found in these kind of products. And most importantly, we're doing it at a competitive price. Now, the next step, of course, is to naturally restore the body. And in today's world, it seems that we have degenerated into a healthcare system that is symptom management. We recognize today that I believe it is like over 70% of the population is on one prescription medication or more. The fact is there are thousands of deaths each year attributed to either mismedication or overmedication. We have chosen to address it in a natural way. We have a line of essential oils we call Ameo essential oils. Now, Ameo or essential oils is not new to the marketplace. They've been around for many, many years. The challenge is there is no quality control. Anything can be called therapeutic grade. We are first to market with clinical grade essential oils. These are oils that have been tested under stringent pharmaceutical grade development. All of our essential oils are documented to be cell active and permeable. And as exciting as that is, to be the first people in the marketplace to be able to provide this level of quality and purity and be able to document it, through Joshua Plant, Dr. Plant has led us into the next generation of essential oils, AGX, Ameo gene expression. We've been able to identify combinations of essential oils that not only work at the cellular level, but are now also able to be working at the genetic expression level, literally being able to be at the cutting edge of science. We are doing things today in the essential oil line companies will not even be thinking about for another 5 or 10 years. So with this line of products, we have a full line of traditional oils, oil blends, literally just about every single thing that someone would look for to help them in their body, whether it be, personal care, health challenges, even, cleaning in the home, we can provide with our essential oils. And then the third line, of course, is our Ripsticks sports nutrition line. And these, again, information that I think we all really know, twice as many people die from a sedentary lifestyle as they do from being overweight. We've known for a long time, if you are conditioning the body, you feel better. It increases, your energy, decreases stress, decreases weight, enhances mental clarity. However, the challenge has been for so many people is getting to a point in time where they feel like exercising. And so our products, both from our Moringa Core Nutrition line and our Essential Oil line, helps people get there. Now, the next step is with an active lifestyle comes the desire for, again, nutritional supplementation to assist in that. And here's the interesting thing. You don't have to have, an MBA in marketing to see market trends. Go to any of the big box stores, vitamin stores, like the Vitamin Store, what is it, CNG or CGN, whatever that one is. And if you look, the fastest growing area of shelf space is being devoted to sports nutritional products. But if you look at those products, you know, the energy drinks, the sports drinks, the pre-workouts, they are just filled with artificial colorants, artificial sweeteners, high levels of sugar, you know, soy-based protein powders. Zija International has tapped into another multi-billion-dollar market space with the first-to-market line, complete line of sports nutrition products that are based on natural, healthy, organic products. Now, when you have a company that has products, you don't have to convince people they need these products. People are already looking for these kinds of products. And then when you recognize that these products are only available from independent distributors of Zija International, this is what creates opportunity. This brings us to another trend, which is our economy. And I think it goes without saying today, we have had some of the most, challenging of economic times in most people's lifetime, in their recollection. Today, 2/3 of Americans would struggle to cover a $1,000 emergency. 80% of U.S. adults, sometime in their lifetime, will struggle with joblessness, near poverty, reliance on the government. 60% of U.S. households do not have 3 months of emergency funds in reserve to handle, a job loss, economic downturn, what have you. Now, the founder of Zija International is the one that has created this company, Ken Brailsford. You may not recognize Ken's name, but he is an icon in both the nutritional and direct marketing industries. Ken was co-founder of Nature's Sunshine back in the 70s. Many of you will recognize that name, the name of that company. Ken is known as the father of herbal encapsulation. He was the first person to encapsulate, to put into capsules, gel caps, medicinal herbs to make it easier for the average person to consume the benefits of these medicinal herbs. Ken went on in the 80s to become the founder of Enrich International, another one of the industry's multi-decade, multi-billion-dollar companies. Today it continues under the name of Unicity. When you look at Ken's track record, he's created 2 companies. One's been in business over 40 years. The other one's been in business over 30 years. His companies represent 2 of about 24 companies in the history of the direct marketing industry that have stood the test of time and become multi-billion-dollar companies. Now, nobody's ever done that before. Ken had gone into retirement, and he had the opportunity to view the videotape documentary I mentioned, the documentary, The Moringa Tree, the miracle tree that aired on the Discovery Channel back in, I believe it was 2002. Ken viewed that, a videotape recording of that. And in Ken's words, he was spiritually prompted to come out of retirement to bring this product to market. He believed he could do more good for mankind with a single botanical than he had with perhaps the hundreds of other products from his previous 2 companies. Now, he chose the profession of network marketing to bring this product to market. And for a number of reasons, it has everything to do with opportunity. In today's world, pretty much it's hard to find somebody that wouldn't be interested in creating more income and having more free time in their life and having more fun. And for most people, that might be getting a second job, a part-time job. The problem is that being able to create more income in that fashion takes you away from what you really want to be doing, which is spending time with your family or friends or the things that you're passionate about. For others, it might be developing a business. Now, there's a lot of challenges there. In most cases, you're looking at tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to start a business. In many cases, you're looking at about a 10-year return on investment. And the fact of the matter is, most people recognize in today's world, 4 out of 5 businesses go bankrupt in their first 5 years. Now, network marketing, this is an industry that has been in development for almost 7 decades. It has become one of the hottest avenues for the average person to create additional income. And there's a lot of reasons for it. Very low cost of entry, but it's a real business that allows you to have the tax benefits of traditional business. You're able to start on a part-time basis, working from home, work at your own pace with unlimited income potential. This is a business that creates something that really doesn't happen in a traditional business: leveraged residual income. The ability to commit, an hour or two a day to your business, but maybe have 10 hours, 100 hours, 1,000 hours of productivity being generated within your business, and to develop a long-lasting residual income. And the key here is that when this business model is done correctly, you are in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself, because there are people that are there to help you, because that's how they develop their business. And there's many benefits of being a Zija distributor. I'm not going to go into everything today, but we've set up a compensation plan where the brand new person, when the numbers are small, can create a significant amount of income for a small amount of productivity. Then as the organizational volume increases, you can then get into our team commissions, what we call royalty overrides, and additional bonuses for simply doing what one would even do. One-time bonuses, $500, $1,000, as much as $5,000 for various rank advancements. There are many other advantages. We've instituted recently our Zija Rewards program. Our Zija Rewards program allows you to get credit for the purchase of products and other things that for nothing more than just simply using the products you would have used anyway. We have a number of trips available. We have our Bronze Success Trip. At our entry-level position of bronze, when somebody achieves that level of success in our business, they're flown directly to the home office to spend a few days touring the facilities, meeting with the corporate team, getting specialized hands-on training from our top field leaders. For those of you that want to go a little bit farther, we have a Diamond Club. I was very fortunate to be part of the first Diamond Club a few years ago. The company has sent me on Caribbean cruises, ski vacations in Park City, 2 years in a row to Cancun, Mexico in February. Just came back, I guess, a week ago from Cancun. We have a luxury automobile program called Team Benz. That's not actually unusual in our type of business. What is unusual is Zija. We're the company that cares about the people first. Our Team Benz program, the company, even at one of our very part-time levels of gold distributor, you can start receiving a monthly allotment to help pay for a luxury automobile. So there's many things that Zija provides. Now, for those of you that are looking for true long-term career opportunity, and I'll even go so far as looking for intergenerational wealth. Pay very close attention to this last slide here, because this is something that has never been done in the history of direct marketing. I don't believe it's ever going to be done again. The owner of the company, Ken Brailsford, has made a commitment to put 25% of the profits of the company, if you will, 25% of his money, is going to go back into the distributor base, to the hands of the people that are willing to commit at a high level to development of the company. And this is going to be distributed in 5 separate pools of 5% each that'll be opened up at different stages of development of the company. The first profit participation pool was opened up when we hit $50 million a year in annual sales. Now, I have to tell you, I was fortunate enough to be part of that initial group of people. For many of us, that little small first 5% represents our profit sharing checks represents what most people consider to be a full-time income. But what you want to be looking at is the next pool, $300 million in sales. And we're looking, conservatively, we should be able to achieve that within, say, the next 36 months. And when that opens up, there are people who aren't even part of Zija International today that will be receiving profit sharing checks that will be 6 figures and above, and it's only going to grow as the company grows. So let me go ahead and stop this here for a second. What we have is an environment where, while we're a relatively young company, we've got the most seasoned corporate leader in the profession of network marketing. Nobody's ever done what Ken Brailsford has done. He surrounded himself with a core team of corporate leaders, some of the sharpest young minds in the industry today. Our CEO is Ryan Palmer, our Vice President of Global Sales, Jerem Daystra. and then our head of our new products and research sciences department, Dr. Joshua Plant. We have at the corporate level the who's who of corporate management. From an infrastructure perspective, we control every single thing about our product line, from the raw materials to manufacturing to distribution. We just opened up a new distribution facility, over 60,000 additional square feet of state-of-the-art warehousing and distribution. We can today, as we speak, we have the infrastructure to create over $1 billion a year in sales with our products. Yet we're just a very small percentage of that. And as we're speaking, the company is preparing to launch an initiative that will literally double the size of this company within the next 6 months. This is called the second wave. And I have to share with you, I was fortunate enough to be part of the first wave. When I joined the company, they were very small. We were barely doing a couple of million a year. But I worked hard, and from home, I was able to develop a business. Then after that third year I was in with the company, we entered our first wave. And we went from 10 million a year in sales to 50 million a year in sales. And there were fortunes made with this company. But that is nothing compared to the wave that happens in this profession when you find a company that's got some substance, it's got some maturity, it's got some infrastructure. They're at 100 million a year in sales. And that run from 100 million to $500 million a year in sales, while it's very rare, there's very few companies have ever done that. But if you can find a company at that point in time, that's where the legacy fortunes have been created in our profession. And what I want to do here before we close out, I want to go into the field. Oh, wow, I didn't even notice how many people were on here. Great to see you all. What I want to do is I'm going to go into the field, and I'm going to introduce you to a few people that have been working with us. I've got Dr. Rory and Tammy Hall on the line. They're wellness practitioners out of Kansas. They've been working with us for a short period of time, already getting some significant traction. Dr. Hall, I'm gonna bring you over here to my side of the webinar. Dr. Hall, it's been great to work with you and Tammy. I'm going to unmute your mic here. I got you now. Rory, great to see you, buddy. I've been introducing you, probably been hearing. What I'd like to do is maybe have you take a minute, explain why somebody like yourself. I know you have 2 practices, 2 wellness centers. I heard that you're actually opening up a 3rd one, acquiring another practice. You know, people would like to hear, why would a successful, professional, busy person like yourself want to get involved in a company like Zija? And then if you could just real quickly, share, how you got started and what you did.
Thanks a lot, Fred. Yeah, Tammy and I, I've been hit up for 30 years in practice by well-meaning patients that have wanted me to come into their network-based nutritional companies. And I'm kind of a research nut, so I'd always look behind the curtain, make sure that I saw what I was really looking for. And unfortunately, for the last nearly 30 years, I've politely had to say thanks, but no thanks, because I wasn't seeing world-class products. And when Zija came along and I was introduced to it, once again, did my due diligence, and I saw so much research-based product on the Moringa OLEIFERA side of things that just, it blew me away. I've always fell in love with the network marketing concept because it's the only industry where you can time leverage. I have to, when I see patients, I get to see patients one at a time, and that's how I get paid. And, and when we take a vacation, the faucet stops. And so in network marketing, if you want to build your organization to, a 100-hour workday or 1,000-hour workday, you have that capacity. So Tammy and I, we came in at the diamond level, which is the highest that you can come in. And frankly, not because of patience, but we were able to recoup that initial investment within 2 weeks. We're on fire for this situation. And we find ourselves, because of Ken Brailsford, because of the product, because of the actual compensations, that we actually know that we can get to a point where we're on the fast track to retiring from practices. So it's a pretty phenomenal situation.
Rory, it's been exciting to watch the development that you and Tammy have. And I have to tell you, you got a secret that a lot of people like you would like to hear about, a way to be able to create that replacement level of income and not have to work every single day. So, hey, thank you for joining us, Rory. I always appreciate you taking a few minutes to share your story with us. So we'll be talking again real soon here. And so I'm going to go ahead and let Rory go back. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go into the field over to Florida. I've got Cindy Knight with us. Again, Cindy is one of our newer distributors. She's really gotten off to a fast start. Let me see if I can find Cindy here. I'll bring Cindy over to our side. You know, Cindy has been able to do something. I've actually known Cindy for probably 3 or 4 years, and she's a very successful real estate agent in Florida. But what has happened in her career is that, you know, as in most real estate markets, it's really busy sometimes and it's really slow sometimes. And yeah, Cindy, I'm not going to take away from your story. Maybe you can share a little bit about why would somebody like you, successful real estate agent in a really hot market, call me just a couple of months ago to say, now I'm ready to build a Zija business, and tell the folks, you know, how you got started and what you did.
Okay. Thanks, Fred. Hello, everyone. I'm just happy to be here tonight to share my story. Well, I was introduced 6 years ago to the products, and I immediately had results. So that was a big deal for me. And I've been on the products for, well, it's going to be 7 years now, and I'm a true believer in them. I've never stopped. I love, love, love the products. I had mental clarity, focus, more energy. I lost weight. I just have great vitality. And it helped build my confidence too. And then I'm selling real estate, and I'm helping everyone else fulfill their dreams down here in paradise where I live. And I never had the time or the money to pursue my own desires. So I knew I had to make a change. Last year was very, very busy. I didn't have time to work out. I didn't have time to sleep. I didn't have time to eat. I didn't have time to do anything. So no vacation. And I said, you know, enough is enough. So I knew the opportunity was here. And I went to convention in Utah in September, and I got plugged in with some of the uplines, some of the very successful people, and heard their stories of success. And I knew that I could do this. And what you said to me, Fred, is that I'd never have the life that you have, and I'd never have the kind of money that you have selling real estate. So it was an awakening. And I went home and I meditated on that. I called Fred. I said, would you be my coach? And he said yes. And so I got started, and I trained and jumped right in with both feet, and I've done it very, very well. I'm so excited about where this company is going to take me. I just followed the simple duplicatable system. I got in with a diamond pack because I wanted all the products. I wanted to experience everything. And you know, so I just, I'm on my way to owning my own life finally, and I will retire from real estate this year.
Excellent. That's so exciting, Cindy. And I got to tell you, I'm thrilled with what is happening. You've plugged into that simple system.
Yeah.
And I guess that's really the key, folks. When you find a system a business that is systems dependent as opposed to people dependent, you know, personality, special talents, what have you, this is what enables everybody to be able to do well. Cindy, I'm excited for you. I'm going to see you as a diamond here in the very near future. I know it. Thanks.
Absolutely.
To share your story, Cindy. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Fred.
And we'll go ahead and let Cindy go back to the other side of the webinar. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we've taken over the last few minutes. We've shared some information about a relatively young company that's poised for exponential growth. We've talked about product lines that are tapping into multi-billion-dollar markets today, and we are, without question, the leader in each one of those product divisions. Now, add to that one more thing, and that's timing. When you can combine, you know, the timing in our economy, where in today's marketplace, it's very hard to find somebody that wouldn't want to have some additional income, more time freedom, and be able to help people to do it in a fashion that's fun. And then you add into that the challenges we're having in our health and wellness, and we're able to address that, then put one more trend in there. What is happening with Zija International today? We are literally 7 days away from a major announcement that we'll be making, an initiative that will be forcing the second wave in Zija. And why is that so important? Why is that something I'm so excited about? Many, many years ago, I left my previous career as a cross-country truck driver. I mean, this is over 30 years ago. And I got involved in this profession. And I was fortunate enough to find a company that was right ahead of the wave. We took that company from 100 million a year to over 500 million a year. We did it in less than 7 years. And I was able to retire at literally 20, 25 years younger than I would have expected to retire. And that company did not have anywhere near the integrity and the strength of the corporate leadership that Zija has. Did not have the infrastructure that Zija has. Did not have the products that Zija has. And did not have the compensation plan that Zija has. We're about to undergo something that this profession, almost 70 years network marketing has been around, has never seen before. And at this point in time, what I'm going to do is basically share 3 things with you, or the 3 kinds of people. There will be people that have been invited to this presentation that are going to want to make this happen. And I encourage you to get back with the person that asked you to be on this presentation. Perhaps you're interested in our products. We'll give you a 30-day risk-free trial offer. Maybe you're interested in getting positioned ahead of this wave. We'll talk to you about what you need to do to get involved. Now, some of you are going to take a little bit of a back seat, and you're going to watch and see what happens. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but if you watch to see what happens, you're going to miss being part of it. The third kind of person out there is the one that will never figure out what happened, and you're probably not on this webinar because you at least took the opportunity to find out, to learn more information. So we'll encourage you to be part of what we're doing, the Natural Health Revolution. A couple of quick program notes. Tomorrow evening at the same time, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, Dr. Joshua Plant will be hosting a special webinar presentation. It'll be on Facebook Live, where he will be sharing specific information about our products. I encourage you, get that information, take a look at it. And then next week at this time, we will not be doing our regular Tuesday evening business presentation webinar because we will be, we'll postpone that to the following week for the Tuesday night, next Tuesday night, the Zija International call, the Zija Nation call. We'll be making some major announcements, and you all want to partake in that. So I'm going to close it down for now. I want to thank you. Special thanks to my guests that were able to share their story. Get back with the person that asked you to be part of this, or if you were invited to the video replay, contact the person that asked you to watch the video replay, and let's go and make this happen. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your evening or day whenever you're watching this.